Hey, welcome in. Well, Bill Maher is hitting at the left again. And I think at this point, we should really make a distinction between the modern left and liberal. Because left and liberal used to be synonymous. They used to be the same thing. They used to be interchangeable. They're not anymore, because the modern left is not liberal. It's illiberal. And Bill Maher is an old school liberal. I mean, he's for free speech, which the modern left opposes. He's for individual rights, which the modern left opposes. As far as I can tell, he's pro-capitalism. He's pro-economic freedom, which the modern left opposes. I think that Bill Maher himself is still a little bit confused as to this, a distinction between left and liberal now. But in any case, I mean, he's speaking out against things that he just thinks are insane and dumb, right? So here we have the headline. Bill Maher hits NFL over Black National Anthem performance. We should have one national anthem. And that sure does seem to make sense, right? To have one thing to unite everybody under. And maybe not just decide that you're just going to have parallel societies. I mean, two national anthems. I mean, it does seem on its face to be insanely divisive. And it doesn't mean that the song itself is divisive. It's just having two national anthems is in itself inherently divisive. I don't see how you can interpret this in any other way. Anyway, let's take a look at this. HBO real-time host Bill Maher slammed the National Football League during his show Friday night, saying in response to an Alicia Keys performance shown before kickoff Thursday that the league shouldn't be playing the song known as the Black National Anthem before events. And Bill Maher said, quote, I saw last night on the football game Alicia Keys saying, lift every voice and sing, which now I hear is called the Black National Anthem. Now maybe we should get rid of our national anthem, but I think we should have one national anthem. So it's not like he's become like a rabid right-winger here, right? He's saying maybe they should get rid of the national anthem. So, yeah, I don't think that's a great idea, frankly, but anyway, he continues, quote, I think when you go down a road where you're having two different national anthems, colleges sometimes now have, many of them have different graduation ceremonies for black and white, separate dorms. This is what I mean, segregation. You've inverted the idea. We're going back to that under a different name. Yeah, I mean, this is antithetical to everything that an old school liberal has always believed, right? It's also antithetical to conservative ideas as well. I mean, it really wasn't that long ago that, liberals and conservatives, even though they disagreed on a lot, could still get along more or less, right? And then we got the modern left, and now we got wokeness, and this thing that progressivism has become. And the thing is that they think that Bill Maher is now like a far-right guy, right? They really believe that. He's not. He's just an old-school liberal who, yes, he has Trump derangement syndrome, and he's not alone in that. And he does seem to be kind of deranged about conservative in general, and doesn't seem to understand that he actually has more in common with like a moderate conservative than he does with the left, with a wokester, with the progressive left. I think he seems to think they're just misguided liberals, and he doesn't understand that they're not liberal. They hate liberals. They hate him. Their ideology is illiberal, and they know it. So anyway, I mean, like segregated graduation ceremonies, separate dorms based on race. This stuff was all unthinkable even 10 years ago. And, good for Bill Maher to speak out about it. Anyway, during his show Friday, Maher acknowledged that he has been hitting the political left lately, and that he's been doing so because they've been embarrassing me. He added, that's why I'm going after the left. Well, embarrassing me. I wonder what could be embarrassing him. I don't know, maybe University of Wisconsin moves rock scene as symbol of racism. And why did they do that? The boulder was referred to as a derogatory name for black people in a Wisconsin State Journal story in 1925. So 100 years ago, somebody called the rock a bad name. Now, was this every student there? Was this every student? No, of course not. But all it really takes now is a very small number of people saying that they just can't handle it, whatever it is. And that's enough. And is this embarrassing? Yes, it is. How about, this is from the Washington Post. The racist legacy many birds carry. That's right, birds are racist now, too. If you don't agree, what are you? Of course, you're a bigot. Let's see. California leftists try to cancel math class. The proposed curriculum framework aims low, abandons the gifted, and preaches social justice, because that's what you want your kids to be learning in math class. Of course you want your kids to be proficient at math, but not at the expense of the students not knowing who to hate or whether they should hate themselves or not. What a waste of time. I mean, there's innumerable examples. How about chest feeding? That's right, chest feeding, not breastfeeding. It's chest feeding now. You want to be cool, don't you? You need to know what to call it. It's chest feeding. Why it's so important. As all parents who have ever fed a baby know well, chest feeding can be beautiful and really hard, often at the same time. Yeah, there's nothing antiseptic and dehumanizing about chest feeding, the word chest feeding. Chest feeding is the process of feeding a child human milk from a person's chest. So this sentence doesn't sound dehumanizing at all. Human milk from a person's chest. Just come on. Human milk. Human milk. It's like it was written by an alien. Let's just take all the beauty out of the English language. How about that? Here's the problem here, is that Maher may complain about this stuff, but he'll keep voting for the people that support this. I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll become so absurd that even a Bill Maher will just say, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this anymore. You know, maybe he'll realize that he's not going to change the minds of crazy woke people. Again, they're not misguided liberals. They're not liberal, period. They know it. Eventually, everybody else is going to realize it too. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast, Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.